Legend to the War here, and today we've got a Rating Your Doomstack video playing as Wissenland and Nuln, where we've got a artillery-based army. There is 17 units of artillery, so 7 units of Hellblaster volley guns, 3 Amethyst Hellstorm rocket batteries, and 7 Hellstorm rocket batteries, and 3 heroes. Well, 1 Lord and 2 heroes. Going up against 4 full stacks of Endgame Crisis greenskins here. So lots of high tier units. The biggest threats are, of course, single entities, and the terrain itself, and anything that's particularly fast, because it only takes 1 unit to get stuck in here to our artillery, just destroy the entire thing. Like if one Orc Borboy Biggin charges in, that's pretty much it, because these units here will be not particularly good at sort of getting rid of them. Anyway, let's jump in here and see how it performs. So I've definitely got my skepticisms when it comes to this kind of army. This kind of army can do really well in certain situations, but if we have a look at this map here, oh, there's a lot that can go wrong. Because like if you just got like a flat terrain, there's minimal forest acne, minimal obstructions, and maybe you get a little bit of a high ground to sit on, then yeah, you could obliterate most enemy forces. But if there are loads of obstructions, tree acne, all this kind of shit, then so much can go wrong. It also depends on who you're going up against as well. So I find if using an artillery only kind of army is actually really good against dwarfs, just because of how slow they are typically. Except for if they go with a lot of gyrocopter spam. But that being said, Hellblaster volley guns would easily take them out. Okay, so let's have a look at the terrain here. The least amount of obstruction is definitely over here. Enemy reinforcements over here really sort of prevent us from deploying anywhere in this area. Yeah, it seems pretty obvious to set up over here. This patch of tree acne here, this forest, this is definitely my biggest concern, because the enemy forces, half of the enemy forces are coming in from over here, which means they're going to come out this way and run right through the forest. Now that means that shots that are fired over here will get blocked by the forest, so it'll act as a bit of a shield for them. And then they'll be invisible while going through the forest, then leaving us not much time to actually get them. So we need to stay as far away from the forest as possible. But obviously there's not really that much space to go. I don't think they're going to advance on us straight away. I think they're going to wait for their reinforcements. It's all in the highest battle difficulty, which I feel as though the enemy is the most aggressive in this sort of situation. Having done a couple of tests with it, it seems like on like normal battle difficulty, they are slower to advance. That being said, even on the highest battle difficulty, you will quite easily be able to derp out the AI in a lot of situations. Sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. Okay, so what we want to do is definitely get back a bit. But maybe we don't have to get back straight away. I'm just trying to think. Maybe the Hellblaster volley guns aren't going to shoot right away, so why don't we get them into position first and just let the Hellstorm rocket batteries obliterate their front line just to begin with. So really try to aim for the black orcs, because I think that's a lot of value that we can get rid of nice and early. Then these guys here, actually I should put them in guard mode. These guys here, we want them. I'll use like a bit of a chevron along this way here, but primarily focusing on this one here. We need to make sure these guys have a really good angle to shoot at whatever comes through these trees, but there's a bit of obstruction right here. Now if I set up my artillery here, there's just not enough time to really make use of the range. Again, the terrain on this battle here fucking sucks. You could have chosen a much better map to test this out. Well, to make it look good at least. Yeah, they're taking a defensive position for now. That's fine. This is definitely the kind of army that you don't want to just wait for them to get organized and come at you. You need to be shooting straight away. Having lightning strike in this army to delay enemy reinforcements as well can be very helpful. You know, an extra 20 or 50% time before they come in gives you more time to obliterate various other forces. Okay, let's start moving back a bit. I'm going to put the Amethyst ones over here at the very back, because they've got the longest range. Ridiculous. 744, holy crap. Okay, and then these ones along here. Alright, these three. I'm going to move them along that way there. But yeah, I imagine the biggest threat. Okay, Biggest threat's going to be coming in from over here. Now, we need to make sure that we kill flying units early. Oh my god, you've used the mechanical steed. Definitely don't recommend doing that. I get that you're trying to just be as tanky as possible. No pun intended. But the problem is speed is kind of more valuable here because engineers just aren't good fighters. It would be so much better to be able to avoid combat than to tank it. Also, a light wizard, I think, is pretty much essential here. Especially in this sort of situation here, if I can pop down Net of Ammontox to slow enemy units down, that'd be huge, but not having it really feels like a big oversight for this army. But we'll just have to wait and see how the things go. Yeah, trying to bring in their fast units early like this, that's definitely what we want to see. Especially if we can draw them away from the forest. Good. Okay, getting into position here.
Hellstorm rocket battery! Giddy up! Advance!
That is honestly not a big deal to use that. Like 20 reload time. That's not that big of a deal. Okay, with these ones here. Okay, they're in position. Bomb over this way now.
Yes, my lord! A march of metal! Let's move!
So yeah, all that extra armor counts for fucking nothing. Way more important to have speed. So you should definitely take a Barded Warhorse.
Let's move! At pace! Adjusting elevation!
Okay. Once again, we gotta try to lure these guys away from the forest. That's so important here.
Armor ready!
If you can move a little bit more forward, try to shoot that Arachnarok Spire, that'd be great. Doing absolutely shitloads of damage. That's great. That's great, for sure.
Our weapons are yours!
Try to make sure we're hitting right into the middle of them there. Don't really want to fire at the ground, especially with bad terrain like this. It can sometimes end up moving forward. Usually I like to just have these guys on autopilot just because of how often artillery units in this... Oh, damn. How often artillery units in this situation will just start moving forward, even if they're on guard mode. Alright, good stuff. Alright, we're doing well with this. Maybe we should use you as well. They don't seem to be wanting to advance over this way at all. They want to advance through here, which makes sense. That's not dumb of them. I mean, they're not really advancing rapidly towards us, which they really should. Another thing as well when doing this kind of stuff is them constantly shooting at a unit they've essentially defeated. Which is why I like to put them on autopilot, like auto shoot. Just fire at will, because that way when a unit is broken and has moved out of their line of sight, they pick a different target. But when you tell them to kill a unit, they'll keep shooting until it's out of range or dead. And Hellstorm rocket batteries, they have a hard time completely wiping out a unit. Okay, like I said, try to get the attention of their bigger units. Draw them away from this forest here. Alright, tell them to stop and just pick their own targets now. So what I do here, hold down space and I can see what units are specifically targeting something. So we can see that my general is targeting that Arachnarok Spider, but I told him to do that and I'm fine with that. Okay, just cease fire for a moment. Just because it looks like they're going to shoot at some bad targets. And while we do have a lot of ammunition, that doesn't mean we should go about wasting it. I'm going to... Yeah, since these guys here don't seem like they're coming through the forest, let's just wait. Bounce Bow is definitely in their favor, because playing the music. Their music. Then I want you guys to come over here and just restore a bit of ammo. Because we don't want to run out. Not that we're short on it, but we don't want to run out when they're actually making their full-on attack. I can't really seem to get any good targets at the moment. Actually, there's a couple of Black Orcs right there. That'd be good to hit. Yeah, I really disagree with this hero mount choice. Big time disagree. Just so slow.
Over there! Hammer and swords, lad! That's all we need! Give me the word! Gifted tinkerer! Engineer!
Alright, who wants some ammo? Maybe you? No, you're gonna have to get in closer for that.
Metal. Forged for battle!
Okay, that's good.
Pace! Get moving!
Good.
Giddy up.
And you can restore the ammo on this one here. Hey, did that move? Yeah, that one moved forward. Okay, you need to get back over here.
Seeking enemy.
Alright, what's going on with that artillery piece there? Alright, that's just the banner. The actual artillery itself has moved somewhere else. Right there, actually. Yeah, we should probably get rid of that. We'll have to use the amethyst ones because they have more range than the regular ones, despite the fact they're further back, which is why I put them at the back. So there's no real point having range any longer than this, I think. Okay, that should be fine. Yeah, it just looks like they want to get reorganized constantly. Okay, good. If they get out of range, they should just stop shooting. They're just going wide again. Actually, I missed a decent opportunity there, I think. Oh, hang on. Might just be able to get it. Yep. Good stuff.
Fire at will.
Actually, most of them are on fire at will.
Hellstorm.
Which, actually, at this time here, don't do that. The AI does like to reorganize themselves a fair bit. Not what I would do in their position. I would have just waited until the reinforcements arrived, for sure, and then just rushed on in here. Because, in all honesty, if I was commanding the greenskin forces against the enemy force with this, or even a player with this, I'd put my money on the greenskin army, winning pretty handily. Like, you only need to get one unit over here. Just one. And given how many fast units they've got, I'd say it'd be pretty difficult for a human player to overcome another human player against this, making this very situational dependent, and of course depending on the fact that the artillery, the AI has to be really bad, basically, in this sort of situation. Which it is most of the time, because you can see here they're having trouble. Oh yeah, here we go. All right, should we start firing at will? Okay, decent amount of coverage out that way. All right, start firing at will. Now, right up front is the Arachnarok spiders. Okay, you guys are gonna need to get going again.
Right for battle. A matter of locomotion.
All right, now they're properly advancing. Yeah, we really don't want to be aiming for the Arachnarok spiders, I don't think. I'll reposition our shots over here in just a moment. Yep, if you could be shooting at that, that'd be great. Yeah, ballistics instructor yourself.
Explosive. Engineer.
Good. Good.
March of metal.
Right, there's still a decent amount of reinforcements still to come in.
Giddy up. Sighted and ready. At pace. Marching.
But I'm just really glad they didn't go through here. That was essential for us. Because, yeah, if they had taken all this force and run through this forest, that would have been the worst thing for us, by far. Alright, that means that these guys here, they need to rotate back around to be facing forward here. Alright, we do not want to be shooting single entity targets. Make sure we pick something else. Yeah, I think a light wizard would have been very helpful here. Being able to pop down some Nenobamatox really could be great. Okay, I need to try to lure these trolls away from the forest here a bit. You could alternatively use a life wizard as well, because that can slow down the enemy forces with its magic, but also heal the single entities, so you got more holding power. We've got reasonable line of sights with all that. It's getting the job done, for sure. Loads of Arachnaroks coming through. Like I said, these are not great to get single entities, but I just gotta do something to make sure that these guys slow down. Even just a little bit. See, this is where it's a little bit of an issue. I need some of you guys to target that lord there. Notice how they don't shoot immediately, they have to like recalibrate a fair bit. This is why I usually prefer to them just auto shoot. don't want to just stand there and prolonged combat. Can avoid it. Okay, obviously try to aim for that one. Good. Okay, looks like they're repositioning again because they've taken too many casualties and they want to wait for more reinforcements. Something like that. How are we going? Is all formation okay? Yep, that's all looking good. Ammunition's getting a little bit low on some of those units, but I can go and restock them shortly. Good, and a Ragnarok Spider's dead. Alright, you go and restock one of these guys here. Same thing with you, taking a bit of damage. But so far it's going really well. Just got to adjust to their behavior. That's all going well. Yep, that's all good. Good. Alright, here's some more ammo for you. Because they're running a bit low. Actually, this one over here is running out. Another thing that we really need to make sure as well is that we don't use up all of our ammo. Try to stay as full ammo as possible, but more along the lines of stay within half ammo range, just because that provides the most amount of bounce power for us. Whereas if we really start dropping below that, that hurts our bounce power quite significantly. And we need the bounce of power in order to win the battle. Now, we can't see it, but we've got an idea that it's in our favor at the moment because it's playing our music compared to Greenskins. Right, I need to use the restock on you as well. There's some units over here that could really use some extra ammo. Alright, Hellstorm rocket batteries, just chill for a little bit. Because most of the infantry is gone now. And they're not great against single entity monsters. So, just stop that. More reinforcements coming in from over there. Okay, good. Bring these guys back. Actually, you know what? It wouldn't be that bad to restock on the general's ammo.
Give me the word. A handy tool.
Yeah, why not?
Will hurt.
Like, he's getting a fair bit of value in there. And I can move him up ahead a little bit. Right, can we... a lot of Black Orcs there as well. Right on the edge of our range, but let's just see. This might do okay. Maybe. Right on the edge of their movement. Didn't want to give an actual attack order because they would... Well, how are we going? It takes so long for the shots to get there. Come on. There it is. So far out of range that the actual graphics of the shots can't be seen. Oh, there we are. We're seeing it a bit more. Good. Alright, so no more reinforcements coming in from there. And only a little bit more to go here. So they've definitely still got 40 units on the battlefield. But they are rapidly running out. Good, yeah. Doing all that damage to the Black Orcs there, that's really hurting their bounce power. It's probably going to start playing Greenskin music again real soon. Just because of all the reinforcements that just came in recently. Yeah, the other Hellstorm rocket batteries aren't quite within range. Okay, Orc Boar Boys are some of the highest threat to this army just due to their relatively high speed compared to everything else. So it's something to be mindful of. Do you know what we should be doing, actually? We should try to get their attention early, bring them in. So it looks like they're getting ready for their second major assault. It wasn't actually that stupid of them to back off when they did, because I think they recognized that they weren't going to get in close, which they weren't. Because they goofed up the first one. Okay, no, the Hellstorm rocket batteries, they sorted that out. I need to restore their ammo. Okay, that's out of range of us. That one shooting at our lord is not a big deal. Okay, that's it. Come on, bring him over here. That's it. We got this. Kind of feels like a disaster battle a little bit. Because yeah, only one thing needs to go wrong. One enemy unit needs to arrive here, and the whole thing will collapse. So there's no way this is going to get 10 out of 10 Doom stack rating. Just letting you know right now, and I don't think anyone would expect it. Even if it is taking out 4 full stacks of greenskins, so many situations that it's dependent and could screw up on. Alright, that's all the restocks there. Right, fire it will again. Okay, still got a few restocks here. It hasn't played the greenskin music, so that's good. Let's get rid of the Goblin Rock Lobber. Okay, we should probably provide the ammunition to the Amethyst Hellstorm Rocket Batteries, because I think they're providing the most bounce of power and also the most amount of power. Look at those kills. Yeah, I'm doing the best. I don't like it when I use these abilities and they don't run towards the target, they just walk. There we go. Alright, come on, you gotta get these guys in a little bit early, so that the Hellblaster volley guns can actually target them. Which, I think they are at the moment. Let's get them closer anyway, so they're more accurate. So if we get close, they start to break away their formation. Plus we can get these guys to shoot as well. It's not like they can't do any damage. They can do quite a bit. Okay, one shooting into here. Never mind, there's the army losses. Good stuff. Well, I think we took really minimal damage. Looks like some friendly fire happened there. So that's great, for sure. But I also think that to some degree the AI was just incredibly stupid. But you depend on it with this kind of army. Because, like, in all honesty, these greenskins really shouldn't have lost this battle. It's just that AI is really bad in this game. Because all they had to do was just rush at us, and we wouldn't have been able to do anything if even just a handful of them got over here. But they were just too cautious. Like I said, it's only hardest battle difficulty. I can't make them more aggressive than this. The thing is, I have seen the AI be super aggressive in certain situations when they're particularly weak. And I've also seen them act really stupid when they're particularly strong. And honestly, I don't really know what causes it. Sometimes they're super good. Like, not super good. Sometimes the AI is super aggressive. And sometimes it just isn't. And I'm not sure what it is that causes it. Anyway. Overall, the damage output in this army, unparalleled. Like, the amount of anti-infantry damage, especially with the Hellstorm rocket batteries. Like, we weren't that much shooting into massive blobs. There are so many situations where you will encounter like a big block. Like if you are ambushing enemy armies and you get a good position right at the beginning, they will oftentimes blob up and you'll be able to obliterate them so quickly. But if you get ambushed with this army, holy crap, that would be the worst thing ever because you just won't get any chance to use any of it. So obviously the Hellstorm rocket batteries, that's there for clearing out all the infantry. These ones here for killing the single entities. These ones here did a lot of real value to us because taking out the enemy units that were the most dangerous, whereas these took out the units that weren't the most dangerous, but we need to defeat them for the army losses. Which that's how you get victories. You got to consider the army losses in every battle that you fight. Unless, of course, you're fighting a full army of slayers. At that point there, it doesn't matter. Actually lost a few troops. Oh, shit. That's a lot of greenskins. Jeez, that was more than 4 full stacks in here. Okay. Well, you know, it handles it, for sure. But yeah, my advice would be definitely to take it off the mechanical steed. If we have a look at the difference. Alright, so with the Barded Warhorse, you lose a bit of charge bonus. That's okay, you don't really want this one charging in anyway. You lose a little bit of melee attack. Again, you don't want this one in melee anyway. You lose a little bit of armor, fine. You lose a little bit of health, fine with that. But you gain more speed. In my opinion, the speed is not worth losing because you don't want these guys to be getting into melee anyway. They're not that tanky, even on a mechanical steed. You want them to be able to run away from enemy forces. This will allow them to get in closer quicker, shoot, and then get away. Which, you know, having stats for the sake of stats is not useful. This is a skirmish unit. It shouldn't be used as a tanky troop. It's just not good at it. That's my opinion, but, you know, if you want to put on a mechanical steed, it's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, we won the battle. Cool. Alright, so rating this Doom stack. So, in terms of damage output, pretty much unparalleled, 10 out of 10. You know, short of terrain obstructions, this is going to dish out loads of damage to the enemy. And that's where the other sort of ratings, it starts to falter. Building this, for one thing, it does require a lot of resources to get it. You know, tier 4 unit, tier 5 unit, it'll take a little while to build something like this. Doesn't really require that you get the Mechanist trait. It just reduces the upkeep cost by 5%. Not that big of a deal for the Empire. They're pretty rich. The casualty replenishment rate as well is not really a big deal if you're not taking casualties. So the main benefit from these guys here is just extra missile strength for the entire army. But you could take these guys out of the army and put... Honestly, a light wizard would be more useful than a mechanist engineer, in my opinion, because being able to stop the enemy in their track is more valuable than having 5% off on your artillery. And they've also got so much damage output naturally that an extra 12%, I wouldn't say that's essential. Also, getting Lightning Strike on this Lord would be really useful as well, but we're not going to use Lightning Strike in a rating your Doomstack testing. Alright, again, damage output, pretty much 10 out of 10. In terms of convenience to recruit, I'd say it's like 8 out of 10 for convenience. Yeah, it's not that hard to get to tier 5 in Warhammer 3 compared to what it was like in Warhammer 2. Needed so much more growth in order to get your settlement to the maximum level. And usually you can keep up with the AI in terms of their development times, whereas in Warhammer 2, as an example, the AI would almost certainly reach tier 5 around the same time that you were reaching tier 4, you know, on the highest campaign difficulty at least. Obviously, if you're playing on lower difficulty, they don't get those cheats. And then in terms of ease of use, this is where this army drops down to like a 2 out of 10. So, no, that's maybe a bit severe. More like a 5, right? It is very dependent on the terrain. And since there's loads of tree acne in this game and a lot of the maps, there's a lot of maps that this is going to struggle with. Walled city sieges, you might think this is okay, assuming that they put enough units on the walls for you to bomb. Because if you can't get rid of the enemy troops while they're within the walls, you really don't want to be having to move them into the city to shoot, because they're going to get attacked. The AI will charge at you. So walled city sieges could actually be an issue with an all-artillery army. Even if you just obliterate every section of wall, that's a huge waste of ammunition, because you definitely don't have unlimited. So it's just something that could be a concern. It's super strong in auto resolve though, and really requires very good line of sight and requires you to babysit them a fair bit. So I'd say in terms of ease of use, about a 5 out of 10. So overall, I would give this army around an 8 or an 8.5 out of 10 as an overall Doom stack. Really something that is not essential whatsoever to an Empire campaign. Definitely not the first kind of Doom stack you should go for if you even want to build Doom stacks. And this should really just be built if you just love watching Hellstorm rocket batteries obliterate things and you just want to watch a gigantic spectacle. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but that would be the reason for recruiting this. There's just so many other better, more efficient Doom stacks than this that have lower chance of totally screwing up, basically. You know, if you get a bad map, you're screwed, basically. If the terrain doesn't favor you, and these guys can't get a good line of sight, and they've got fast units coming through trees, you know, it only takes one unit to destroy your entire army. And if you lost all of these units, then you would definitely get army loss with these guys here, because they can do a fair bit, even in bad terrains, but these ones here can't. Anyway, that's the end of this one. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this particular Doom stack. There's a lot of things to take into consideration with it. I've tried to take in as much as possible, which is why I spent all the time talking about it. Anyway, that's the end of this one. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.